There are 3 claims you're making?
That's correct. Yeah. Number one, First Amendment violation. The gag order that the court instituted in New York is unconstitutional. It violates President Trump's right to speak, but it violates our right to hear from him. And the important point here is like the gag orders in criminal prosecutions, there's a strong presumption against gag orders because of our First Amendment rights. But that's especially true, and those considerations are heightened when you're talking about a presidential candidate.
A front runner.
But beyond that, the gag order is supposed to protect a defendant's right to a fair trial. Well, number one, the trial's over. Number two, here the prosecutor got the gag order. If Donald Trump wants to put himself at risk by speaking out publicly about the trial, he should be allowed to do that. And we have a right to hear from him. So that's the first claim. The second claim is that, in Missouri, we had a caucus, and there were electors who were selected based on that caucus to attend the convention and cast votes for President Donald Trump to be the Republican nominee. Those electors are being denied access to a presidential candidate because anytime he's spinning in a Manhattan courtroom or potentially in a New York State penitentiary or on probation in New York, he can't be campaigning. And that harms our ability to have access to him. The third claim is under the Purcell Doctrine. So the Purcell Doctrine stands for the proposition that courts should stay out of decisions that would obfuscate or interfere with an election. And again, those considerations are heightened the closer in time you get to an election. And so the same should be true in New York. People are already asking me, constituents reach out all the time. Can Donald Trump be on the ballot? Am I going to get to vote for him? Is he going to get to come to Missouri and talk to us? Can he still serve as president if he's convicted of a felony in New York? So this New York court is violating the Purcell Doctrine by injecting that kind of level of obfuscation into the electoral process.
This is absolutely crazy because it brings up a lot of questions. Now, we know any reasonable person who reviews the criminal charges against Donald Trump in the hush money case would scratch their head and say, what?
Yeah.
None of this makes sense.